Yay!
Okay.
All right, so we are here today with Byron and Paul of Ghost in the Graveyard, and yeah, and then Byron also out of a Dracula Party. So, Paul, are you also in Dracula Party, or is this just
I'm
because we?
not.
Okay.
I'm in a pop punk band called Straight to Video, and
Mm.
a super kind of more metal grindy kind of band called A Grave for Small Birds.
Oh, okay. Awesome, awesome. Well,
Yep.
that's actually a perfect segue into our first question. So, I'll start with Byron, and then we'll go to Paul. Yeah, tell us a bit about yourself, and yeah, what creative projects you're both involved in.
Yes. Well, I'm Byron. And yeah, in addition to Ghost in the Graveyard and Dracula Party, yes, for many years I was in God Module. I'm also an indie filmmaker. Directed a couple movies. One of them that I worked with Paul on. Paul wrote the script for and was the cinematographer for,
Oh,
and did
cool.
the score for. See, it's
That's
all
awesome.
connected.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Anatomy of Monsters,
Oh, cool.
and also did like a shitty, like no budget vampire movie back in the day called Night, also known as Night: The Final Cut. Find on
Nice.
TV and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, direct music videos for different bands and direct or edit, and same with like the bands like with Ghost in the Graveyard. Either Paul or I are directing, and the other one's editing, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and always trying to get another movie made.
Yep. Yep. No, that's awesome. That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Paul, what do you tell us a little about yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Paul, I play guitar and write music in general in Ghost in the Graveyard, as well as the other bands that I mentioned before, Straight to Video and A Grave for Small Birds. Been in a bunch of other bands other than that, but I won't run through the whole CD. When I'm not doing music stuff, I again writing scripts and kind of working on film things. Kind of the rest of my all my creative life goes towards that. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So definitely, involved in movies where you can both be, I guess,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah. That totally makes sense. Um, so I guess kind of along those lines, and again, we'll start with Paul, with Byron, and then go to Paul. Yeah, tell us about the new music video for "I Am the Dark," which was a lot of fun. I really loved the premiere of that, and showed all my friends. So yeah, tell us about it.
Yes. Well, man, I don't even know where to start on that. So that
I guess like how did it come to be? You know what I mean? Like the vision for it.
Yeah. Well, I had some ideas about it, but actually, I'm going to let Paul pick this up because.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a bunch of ideas, and some of them more elaborate than other ones. And I think we ultimately we got access to like a kind of studio location, and so we were just thinking about how like the best way to kind of maximize that. Kind of struck upon some like kind of visual motifs, like using projected footage and stuff like that, and ended up kind of doing this contained, but I think ended up pretty cool looking sort of collection of images and performance and stuff like that. So I think I don't know, Byron, what did you tag back in?
Yeah, sure. And the thing was, so we set all that up for the music video that just came out this week for another song with dark in the title, "In the Darkness."
Yeah.
And that one actually has more variety of shots, more stuff going on, like kind of a story in it. But when we shot that, we're kind of like, we had another video that was kind of in the cooker for "I Am the Dark," but it wasn't really coming together. So I was like, you know what? While we're here, what if we just use this setting and did like a one take? Kind of inspired by like what Nine Inch Nails did with March of the Pigs, when because they shot a video for March of the Pigs and Trent Reznor didn't like it. And he's like, you know what? Let's just go in one room and do one take and just do it. So I was like, why don't we just do that as a backup? And then that became the video for "I Am the Dark."
Oh wow. Okay. So doing it in one single shot, that was just kind of like, that wasn't necessarily the initial goal. That was just kind of like organically happened, I guess.
Yeah, it was. If we're going to do it here in the
Mhm.
studio, then I think it should be a one take because
Mhm.
they're both going to use the projections in the background.
Yeah.
Like I wanted Paul to be able to do the one that's his vision of all that,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then the other one could just be just
Yeah.
all about the band's power.
Right. Yeah. Quick and dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times did you have to shoot that? Did you get it like the first try?
Yeah, that's
Really?
yeah, that's pretty much yeah.
Oh
That's
my
pretty much
gosh.
the first take. Like
Did we even do a second
we
take?
did not do a second take.
Oh
I
wow.
don't think so.
No,
Oh my gosh.
you know, and some of the treatment of it after the fact of like kind of the film skipping effects and stuff like that
Mhm.
kind of help that along a little bit when needed. But yeah, that's one take because that was at the end of several. We did a whole other music video that was several hours of shooting stuff, and then we're like, time's it. All right, well, one more, like just do one more video, and it's got in there. So.
Oh, that's really impressive. Yeah, you're almost operating like you had like limited film, even though, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though that's not really a constraint anymore these days. It's more like you had limited energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's really impressive. That's really cool. Yeah. Eric,
Yeah.
you got the next one.
All right. If you could collaborate with any musician, who would you pick?
And whoever wants to take that, I
Yeah.
guess. First.
If you have anybody, Paul, go ahead.
I know this is tough.
Probably Cliff Martinez, who does film scores. He did the score for Drive and a lot of Nicholas Winding Refn stuff, and that would be rad. So,
Oh, okay.
probably that.
Yeah.
Or John Carpenter, also John Carpenter. If I could hang out with John Carpenter,
Yeah, I was just gonna say like,
and then
Yeah,
also like dink around on Sims. That would be also really cool.
yeah. I mean, the sky's the limit. Like this is
Yeah.
like literally anyone.
Yeah.
I would go maybe for Ladytron.
Really?
Because
Okay.
I think that would be really. I would love to have like Marnie's vocals on one of our songs, and they do cool synth shit. We've got synths in our songs. Like I think that'd be like a wild, fun collaboration.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Wow. Deep cut. Yeah, I haven't heard too much. I mean, loved Ladytron back in the day. Good answer. Good answer. I guess yeah, but soundtracks, I like the idea of like if you could collaborate on any movie score, that would be another question. I don't know. But sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Eric, you've got the next
You're
one.
fine.
Sorry. I'm like thinking about
You're
it.
good. What would you say some of your biggest musical influences are?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead and take this.
Okay. All right. So it's funny when Ghost in the Graveyard, the way that it was founded was I sent out like a Facebook event, a private event. I invited a handful of people I thought might be good collaborators for this project. And I had like a handful of influences on it. And like, some people were, oh yeah, maybe. And Paul was like, not only maybe, but he like made some demos like right away. And, and they were awesome. And I was like, yes, I knew it. But I think in those was certainly Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie. And as far as like my inspiration for like stage and stuff, there's a little bit Billy Idol, a little bit David Bowie. And the way that I write lyrics and try to put as much heart into them as possible, especially with Ghost in the Graveyard, while still with the Halloween aesthetic. But the heart part comes from another one of my favorite bands, the Afghan Wigs, and then and a little, and a dash of Nine Inch Nails. But
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my influences, I come from kind of the punk and metal world originally, so some of the kind of inspirational bands for me are like Planes for Steak for Stars and Dillinger 4, Mastodon, Pig Destroyer, and all these kind of grindcore metal bands, and punk bands, and hardcore bands. But I've gotten but I also love kind of soundtracks and new wave and kind of synth stuff. And so on top of those I think a big band to unlock some of that, there was a band called Genghis Tron in the early 2000s that was a grindcore band that was all synthesizers for the most part. And so that the Bored at the House was an album that was like really big for me, and that was really cool. And so, but a lot of like every project I do is a little bit of like a completely different genre. So with Ghost in the Graveyard, it's a lot of channeling, like thinking about like film soundtracks, especially like 80s and kind of synthwave stuff or that kind of thing. So I'm kind of like channeling that, and like 80s stuff like Tears for Fears and things like that, and then kind of trying to push it through a kind of punk rock filter a little bit, and then it ends up sounding like whatever we sound like.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense, and I can hear those influences certainly in Ghost in the Graveyard. So I know you both touched on it a little bit. If you're you can elaborate a bit more. Some of your past filmmaking projects. I know, Byron, you I mean, I don't know if there's anything else like you've got kind of floating around in your head, maybe for future projects, but
there are always scripts.
Right. If you're working on any scripts or anything, So what else you got cooking? I guess.
I mean, I feel like for the last like decade, I've been trying to get this one thing made. It's gone by different names. There's like a short film version we did called Phantom Theater, and the title that we're shopping around right now is Fright, but it's about like an 80s television horror host turned kind of legendary killer.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, and like the script, like we for a long time we're shopping around, get some people interested. But we kept getting a lot of like certain notes, and I felt like the themes of it had evolved, but the script hadn't. So I ended up just killing the script.
Okay.
With my wife, we like broke it down to the bare bones, did a page 1 rewrite, built it back up, felt pretty good about it, and then we gave it to Paul, and he made it like infinitely better because Paul's awesome with dialogue and struck, like he just plussed it up and made it awesome. And
I love that.
We're still trying to get that made.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also, I like wrote like a treatment for this crazy, weird, brutal, romantic, I don't even know, wild werewolf movie.
Ooh.
And then Paul wrote the script for it. And that one we got partially crowdfunded, but not quite enough to make it. So we are past 2 years in the process of like finding the rest of the money to make our werewolf movie.
Oh man, I love that's. I think out of all of the Universal monsters, werewolves are like, I don't know.
I love werewolves, but I feel like there's so many bad werewolf movies.
Yes, that is true. There's both very good and very bad.
Yeah.
But that's true for everything.
It's definitely the trickiest to do on a budget because you can't hide a bad werewolf the way you can kind of like. There's a lot of monsters that you can sort of like, if you're doing a zombie movie or like a vampire movie or something, you can kind of just get it right, get in under the radar with it, or like have it on the cheap. But for the most part of with a werewolf, if you're going to show the werewolf, it's gotta look cool, right? It can't not look cool. So that's obviously the trickiest thing about that, which I think is the failing of a bunch of a lot of low budget werewolf stuff.
Right. Yeah, you have to get a really great makeup artist and somebody who's really great with realistic, maybe masks, maybe other things.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. I guess along those lines then, so question for both of you, what are your favorite horror movie franchises? If you had to pick, I don't know, keep like the list short, I guess.
Well, I'm slightly suspicious, I think, of franchises a lot of times. I think growing up, I missed out on a lot of movies because the first one that I would like come across would be like the fourth movie in the franchise, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go back and like watch this.
Right. By the fourth one, they're usually pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't seem like they would be good at that point. So like I was always a little like Byron's much more of has a encyclopedic knowledge of these franchises. That said, I would say for horror movies, for me, it's less franchisey and more just like John Carpenter's The Thing is probably my favorite horror movie of all time.
Yes. Amazing effects.
Yeah, amazing, great. I would say maybe the 28 Days, Weeks, Years Later might be in the running for a franchise for me, of one that I actually like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But mostly I like standalone things.
That's fair.
Why don't you go deep on all the franchises that you love?
Yeah. My number one is Halloween, because John Carpenter's Halloween is one of my favorite films, and I think it's pretty much a perfect film. And I will admit that franchise maybe has some uneven entries. I mean, they all do. I think it is a testament to the strength of the shape of Michael Myers, the shape of which all evil can be projected. The power of that idea, to me, makes all those sequels like enjoyable. And I even prefer like the weirder ones. Like I love Halloween 5 that most people think is janky, but I'm like, no, because it's weird. That's why I love it.
Which one is 5?
Had made it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, which one
is 5?
Yeah,
5 is the one where Jamie has like the psychic connection to Michael, and they introduce the tattoo, and the man in black first shows up, but he's not explained at all, and like just all kinds of cool weird stuff. And like Dr. Loomis is out of his mind in that one. Like, catch the little girl! Like it's real awesome. And like the Myers house suddenly is this giant house out of a Tim Burton movie. And like cinematography is very European because it was a European director.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
all right. So since you love Halloween, I do have to ask.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on part 3?
Oh,
3.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. Like, I don't think it's like this kind of lost hidden gem or anything like that.
Right.
Because there's still some stuff about it that's kind of clunky.
Of course.
But I like Tommy Lee Wallace as a filmmaker. Like, I think his Fright Night 2 is great, a great sequel, and his It miniseries is good.
Right.
Like with Tim Curry. So, I think he did a decent job with Halloween 3, and there's a lot of cool stuff to like about it. And I love the overall idea of it. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I will say I think audiences, we're not ready for an anthology, like type of series. Once you had 2 with Michael Myers, I'm like, you have to commit. However, that being said, I actually love Season of the Witch because as a standalone movie, not part of the Halloween series, I think it's actually really strong. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It's fun. It's got that little brainworm song,
I hate that song so much. It gets so stuck in my head.
I know.
Oh my god.
And like, we're gonna start thinking about it because it's like we're gonna get under 30 days to Halloween. So it's like
I mean, for me, I only watch Halloween 1 and Season of the Witch. Those are the only.
Interesting.
So that's my take. I'll also say, as I should have mentioned, Romero's whole Dead.
Oh, yes.
Probably is the right answer for could be the best franchise.
Yeah. I would call that a franchise.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. I can't handle like slasher. I'm so lame. I can't handle slasher movies, but I love zombie movies. I like monster, sci-fi, horror, and the Romero movies are amazing. My partner and I recently went to, a couple years ago, Pittsburgh area. We saw the Monroeville Mall and where everything was filmed before they redesigned the mall and everything. And it was such a great pilgrimage to be out there. Those, they're like what he was able to do again with the shoestring budget, because like zombies, you know, just roll them around in dirt and put blue face paint, I guess. Yeah.
And seemingly show up in whatever clothes you want to wear. It's just like there's clowns, there's just there's so many just like random things in the background. It's like sure, this is fine. It's all fine.
It all makes sense because I mean, like, who knows, like where these people, they just came out of the ground, you know, or wherever. Okay. So, you know, sticking with the movie theme, what would be your, again, like, you know, sky's the limit. What would be your favorite movie to remake, assuming you had complete creative control?
Oh man.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll fill the space. Okay. There's a movie. So I should say that I said that The Thing is my favorite horror movie of all time, and I think the Cronenberg's The Fly is amazing. So I think remaking horror movies is actually remaking anything is totally valid and artistically rewarding. If I think you pick something that was okay but not great and then make it the best it could be.
Yes.
So I'm going to say there's a movie, I think it's late 70s or early 80s, called Blue Sunshine.
Okay.
Which is about a bunch of people are in college and they take acid, and then years and years later they're all adults with professions, and the acid they took starts driving them crazy and they become like homicidal maniacs. The premise is amazing. There's some good moments, but it's a real like low budget, and it doesn't quite do what it needs to do. And I just think that is ripe to take that really good concept and you can just move it forward and have it be like various club drugs of the early 2000s, and then have that be like the jumping off point to do a remake. And I think you can make a really rad version of that. So I'm going to say remaking Blue Sunshine.
That sounds awesome. Now I feel like this needs to be done.
Yes,
it does.
I would watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got two floating around in my brain. I think I'll go with. So you can't see it. I got the standee of it in the corner over here. But there's this movie from 1988, 89. There's some dispute on whatever. It's called To Die For, and it's not the Nicole Kidman one from the 90s.
Okay.
Vampire movie called To Die For, directed by Duran Serafin, who went on to do some Buffy episodes and some action movies and stuff. But it's a vampire movie that's like a modern day, slightly love story take on Dracula, set in LA, but like with some twists. Like the lead vampire, who's clearly Dracula, has a brother, and they've had like these centuries long rivalry. And while the main guy, the Dracula guy, has lived in England for a while, he's all British acting. The brother has lived in America for a long time. He's very rock and roll, shall we say. He's embraced the rock and roll personality. And like there's big mansions and big ballroom kind of scenes and stuff, but it is hampered by a little bit of a low budget. So maybe not a big ballroom, but that's what they're going for. So I imagine, and the way the vampires fight is kind of like scanners with their minds.
Oh, cool.
You can look at each other and throw each other across a room and stuff, but again, on a low budget. And when they vamp out, they turn into like monsters, like Beauty and the Beast style, like creatures. So I thought all of that seems like if you did it on a bigger budget, this big sweeping operatic modern day Dracula with twists and turns, and like with just immaculate production values, like it would look like a period piece, but in our time. I always thought that would be really fun.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah. Both of these ideas are amazing. I wish the big budget, big movie studios would pay attention instead of just like more superhero, whatever.
Remakes that should have never happened.
Remakes of things that were already good and shouldn't be messed with, instead of remakes of things like The Fly was a perfect example, and like watching the original Thing, the black and white, you're like, wow, this was perfect to remake.
I was just totally throwing shade at the Crow remake from last year.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
I didn't hate the Crow remake. I thought it was all right. I appreciated how different it was. like it did seem like someone like read the comic and was like, instead of like watching the original movie and writing the script, it felt like they read the comic and were like, well, what if I just took like some visual inspiration from this and like the basic idea, it is something totally different. So I appreciated that about it. Like,
although I feel like time has already swallowed that remake. Like it came out in the theaters and it's just not a thing. It's just like it's totally disappeared. Like
I didn't even get a chance to watch it if I wanted to. I think it ran for a week, maybe.
Yeah, it ran for like a week.
Yeah. I think they lost too much money, I guess, in the opening weekend. No, it's unfortunate. But Byron, I appreciate the fact that you you try to see the good in everything.
Some stuff is inexcusable. That's some stuff,
Yeah. They were great. Maybe they brought more interest to like the good one, though. And the comic books.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, that's my hope. So now we're on to the more bonkers question of that we ask everybody. So I'll let Eric take it.
All right. If you were an ice cream, what flavor would you be and why?
This is the hardball questions here.
Okay, this is a really weird answer. There's I think it's only in Seattle and Portland. There's a fancy ice cream place called Salt and Straw, and during Halloween they will have Halloween themed flavors, and one of them was just ghost flavor, which tasted kind of like scotch and kind of like smoke and kind of like nothing, but was also really delicious. So I'm going to say this flavor from Salt and Straw if they ever make that again. It's no one will ever be able to have that, but I'll just have that as the answer.
I like it.
So when I lived in Florida, there's a place called Friendly's Ice Cream, and we have this Reese's peanut butter cup sundae that have like the melted chocolate sauce, but also the melted peanut butter sauce. And it's delicious.
Yep. And whipped cream, sometimes a cone sticking out of it.
And so I don't know, that'd be me.
Yeah.
I need one of those right friggin' now.
Yeah. Hot fudge sundae. Yeah, I think Friendly's isn't just Florida. I grew up with a Friendly's.
I should say it's East Coast. There's no.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. Because I always forget, like, not everything. It might be all the way along the East Coast. Eric, did you have a Friendly's up in Maine? He's in Maine, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay. Yeah. I grew up. They were at my local mall, and I remember the hot fudge sundaes usually with like Reese's Pieces or Reese's peanut butter cups or something very peanutty. Yeah. Darn. Now I want ice cream.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Okay. So we're good on ice cream. Actually, Eric, have you ever answered this question? The ice cream question. What your favorite would be?
I have, and I don't remember what I said.
Well, okay. I mean, like, what's your favorite now? I guess.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between what's my favorite and what I am.
Oh, if you were. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So it's more complicated than that.
Always is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll have to think about this next time. Yeah, actually, I don't know.
The obvious answer is maybe I'm kind of a tutti frutti, but anyway.
That's perfect.
All right, I got the next one, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Do you guys have any upcoming shows that you can talk about?
Yes. We got October 16th here in Seattle, El Corazon. We're opening for Glass Spells, and Prophet Prison is also on the bill.
That's awesome.
And then October 30th at the historic Central Saloon, we're playing there, and the headliner is going to be Spellbound, Susie and the Banshees cover band.
Oh,
cool.
The lead singer of that is Severina Soul from like Scilab and The Breakup and all those bands.
Okay.
It's awesome. And then also on that bill is a local like glam rock guy named Chris Mess.
Okay, Chris Mess. I love it. So kind of like a Mischief Night, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is
yeah.
awesome.
I just recently saw Glass Spells in Philadelphia, and they were a ton of fun. And Dark Chisme was the opener for them.
Cool.
Yeah, I believe Dark Chisme is from your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, love Glass Spells. So they're a really cool couple, and a couple of people, and they just, I don't know. Yeah, great show.
Music.
Yeah, great music. Yeah. Yeah, Eric, you got a couple more?
Yeah, a couple more here. What socials are your projects on? Where can we follow you?
So, Ghosts in the Graveyard. We're on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok. It's like Byron Horror, and I do share some Ghosts in the Graveyard stuff there. And our music, it's released through Remission Entertainment. Is the label we're on now, and so they release it on their Bandcamp and on all the music platforms.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah. And our music videos are on the Remission Entertainment. The new ones are on their YouTube channel.
Nice. Actually, so I know I Am the Dark music video is out. Is the other one that, the more higher production, I guess, has that one been released?
Yes.
Okay.
This week, as of this record, or last weekend or whatever.
Oh, over the weekend. Oh, okay. Oh, fabulous. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I haven't seen it yet. So.
And that's In the Darkness.
In the Darkness, right? Yeah, different dark song.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Cool. And last thing we have is, what message do you have for anybody who watches this?
What message?
What do you have for? I don't know. Just like some life advice. I don't know. It could be anything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
Well,
it's a little tough out there right now, and I hope everybody is just putting their best foot forward and being as in positive spirits as you can. And if you can't, I hope you do find movies or music or books or something that makes you feel better, because it sucks, and it's good to find the light.
Oh, I really love that. In the darkness.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you both for joining me, joining both of us on this beautiful Monday. Eric and I are off to bed pretty soon, but no, thank you again, and we are definitely going to check out that music video, and and I love all of your movie ideas so much. I hope the right person watches this and be like, actually, those are really good ideas, huh? Maybe
sign us up.
Yeah. Maybe we should make this happen. Yeah, that would be awesome. So go check out Ghost in the Graveyard and all of the other amazing projects that you're both in. So, all right. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yep. Good night.
Bye.